Hi, this is La Muerte here in Austin, Texas with Texas Roller Derby. Tonight it's the Hellcats versus the Putas de Fuego.
That's right, and I'm Greta Ground and Pound, and then the matchup tonight is going to be amazing because the Hellcats know they're going straight to the championship, but that does not matter. They want an undefeated season. This bout counts tonight.
Yeah, greedy, but Las Putas are the 2 years in a row reigning champions of the Cabello Cup. So, they've got a little bit of pride going into this. It's like they might be finishing fourth no matter what, but they are still going to absolutely make the Hellcats work for this.
No doubt. Stay tuned here on KCWX for the time of your life. Now entering the track, Las Putas del Fuego. Captain, Like a Boss. Co-captain, Rasta Fury. Corazon. Picante. Juicy Cooter. Smitey Mouse. Knockout. Bitty Bitty Boom Boom. Eduskator. Buffy Basher. Ramona DeFlowers. Now entering the track, the Hellcats. Captain, Roxy Revolver. Co-captain, Glitterotica. Molest Her. Smash You Delirious. Valkyrie. Soviet Crusher. Janet Janet. Anthrax. Break and Bake. Heathen. Naughty Knoxville. Alternates, Emerson Biggins. It is the first quarter here of Texas Roller Derby. We have the Hellcats versus Las Putas del Fuego. Like a Boss is jamming for Las Putas in black, and Anthrax is jamming for the Hellcats in pink. Boss has broken out. Now, the jammers are the skaters with the stars on their helmets, and they're the only skaters on the track who can score points. They're trying to break out like Boss has done, lap the pack. Second time through, they're going to get a point for every opposing skater that they pass. Boss is passing skaters right now and earning points for her team. Now, the maximum amount of time in this jam is 60 seconds unless Boss calls off that jam, which she does right now by placing her hands on her hips. That is 4 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
And here we've got Knockout and Knockout for Las Putas del Fuego versus Janet for the Hellcats. Everyone's getting knocked around. I can't even tell who's who, but looks like Janet is out, and she is your lead jammer.
What's she got in her hand there?
I don't know. It's somebody's
bandana. Is
something.
She taunting Las Putas?
I don't know. Knockout's trying to make it around. She's got a pack of Putas up front there. Janet is getting blocked by Rasta Fury, but has passed her entire pack of Hellcats.
Ooh, calling off that jam.
1 point for the Hellcats, 0 points for Las Putas del Fuego. And we've got Like a Boss for Las Putas. Up against Anthrax once again. Whoa, Boss gets knocked out. She's got to get herself back behind the blocker that knocked her out. They are not letting Anthrax through. In fact, it looks a little rough back there.
That's roller derby.
Yeah, exactly. And we like it.
Oh, yes.
Here comes Like a Boss trying to make her way back around, see if she can get some points and get those Hellcats. You know what she's going to do is she's going to get past it. Oh, she's gotten past him, but now she's got to do it again. She keeps falling off in the same spot.
Oh, roller derby.
I know.
And roller derby bake track.
And Boss calls it off, as she should. 2 points for the Putas, 0 points for the Hellcats.
Janet jamming for the Hellcats. I love that tongue twister. Smitey Mouse jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Oh, Smitey Mouse, you're so tiny.
I know. Naughty Knoxville's all over her. She's got the mohawk, the pink mohawk on her helmet. She is a returned skater this year. Very ferocious.
A legend in roller derby.
Absolutely. A skateboarder, drop-in, bowl skater, the whole 9 yards. So Smitey Mouse has absolutely her work cut out for her.
Yeah, nobody told Smitey Mouse that Naughty Knoxville was a legend. They said, forget that.
Exactly. Yeah, Janet manages to get past Smitey, though. She's just so happy.
She's always so happy.
I know.
It's very refreshing.
It is refreshing. She is doing it because it's fun. And Janet calls it off. 1 point. 2 points for the Hellcats, 1 point for the Putas del Fuego. Like a boss for the Putas del Fuego. Once again with Molester for the Hellcats. They are just skating boss to death. But you know what? She is strong and she's doing it. Oh my God, bitty bitty boom boom, and everybody fell down.
Jammer's hitting the floor.
Oh, holy cow. Heathen just knocked Like a Boss almost completely out of the track. Those Hellcats are huge. That front wall, whoa, ferocity.
They have a lot of height on the Hellcats.
They really absolutely do. Here comes Boss coming all the way back around. We've got a super slow pack. Molester standing in the back trying to get her to not be able to pass her. Boss is knocking people left, right, and sideways. She's ahead, but she's already lapped Molester, so she can't actually be the lead jammer, and Boss calls it off. 2 points for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
I've got a major penalty on Like a Boss for holding.
Shame on you, Like a Boss.
And we've got a reskate of the last jam. Major penalty called on Boss for holding. So we've got the reskate with Buffy Basher dropping back to take Boss's place as your jammer for Las Putas. Molester's got a jam again for the Hellcats, but she gets herself right out of there, and she is just rocking and rolling. The Putas are using the strategy of trying to keep the pack super fast so that Molester cannot catch up with her. Buffy Basher's just kind of strolling along. She's going to go ahead and try to block Molester, I'm sure. Hellcats have slowed themselves down. These penalty ones, especially with the major penalties, when they've got a reskate short, I mean, they're going to pull out every type of strategy they possibly can. Kind of the Red Rover one right here where they're all holding each other's hands. You know, Buffy actually has not gotten out of the pack, so she can't score any points yet. So the Putas are holding Molester back. 2 points for the Hellcats, 4 points for the Putas del Fuego.
I have a minor penalty on Emerson Biggins for illegal engagement outside of the pack, or engagement zone.
All right, Emerson Biggins, you're a bad girl. We got the wheels spinning. Let's see what your fate is. That was a good spin, Master Blader. And it looks like a 2-lap duel. All right, now this is one of my very favorite penalties.
We've got a 2-lap duel, Emerson Biggins versus Randy Reckless for the Putas. Emerson Biggins got a minor penalty, and they have engaged. That's the only rule for the 2-lap duel. You must engage. You must get across the line first in order to win. And Randy is right up against Emerson. She's going to try to pull her down. Let's see.
That's one way to do
She
it.
just keeps going. She's a really strong skater. That's awesome. Randy's trying to whip herself past her. She's got her up against the wall.
She's got to switch positions.
Emerson saved the point for the Hellcats, which they sorely need at this point. And we've got break and bake versus knockout for the Putas. Reskate, we did this jam before.
Whoa, break and bake just took a leap through the pack.
She absolutely did.
Literally flew.
Yeah. Knockout is being held back there by Soviet Kresha, who is an absolutely wonderful veteran skater.
Yes, the rest of the Putas have moved to the front of the pack. They're trying to get out of the way and not be a point.
Exactly. Oof. Naughty Knoxville down. And Knockout is not even actually going to try. She's just going to turn back around and go ahead and start blocking break and bake. Nicely done. Huge elbow to the side right there. And break and bake gets a whip from Naughty. She's going to try to get some Puta points, but man, they are just running away. They've got to get up to the back of this pack or else be called for something, right?
Something. Surely something.
That's the theory, at least.
And
oh my gosh, break and bake gets through once again. Knockout also. Let's see who gets what. 5 points for the Hellcats, 2 points for the Putas del Fuego.
Janet jamming for the Hellcats. My favorite thing to say.
Say that 3 times really fast. And Like a Boss has to step back. She's also jamming for the Putas, but she got in front of that front blocker there, Roxy Revolver, but they got to let her through. Like a Boss is your lead jammer. Jamet is getting held back by Corazon. Cora, long time, 2-year captain for the Putas, took him to the championships 2 years in a row, so she is absolutely a sleeping giant.
Oh, yeah, she's on top of her game.
Boss has got a full. Woo! And she calls it off. 4 points for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats. We've got Ramona de Flowers for the Putas del Fuego up against Hanthrax for the Hellcats. We've not seen Ramona jam yet, actually.
Not tonight.
Yeah, I love the way she runs across the top of the track there. Hanthrax is just being absolutely held back by a wall. It's like a circle of Putas. They are holding hands in a
ring of
force
fire.
It's a ring of fire.
It's a ring of fire.
Del Fuego. I don't know what ring is, but somebody, ¿cómo se dice ring in español? Por favor. But I sound like I should know what it means.
Ramona don't care. She's like, I don't care how to
I
speak
know.
Spanish.
I
I'm
don't
going
care.
to go get some points.
Ooh,
Oh!
Knoxville knocks her down, and she calls it off. 1 point for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
How you feeling about this game?
I just want to kill all of them. You know, the last time I skated the Putas was in, what, 09? And I hated them then, and I really hate them now.
What are you guys going to do to get this point gap?
Well, a lot of times it takes us the first quarter to get warmed up, and then we can start closing up that gap. It's not too bad, and if nothing else, we can at least put a hurting on them.
Hell yeah. You're going like you're jamming, like going one, rest one, go one, rest one. How are you feeling physically?
I feel great.
Great.
I feel great. They're huge, but I guess they're old and tired. I don't know.
That point spread looks pretty great. That point spread looks
It's
pretty
making
great.
me feel good, but you never know, man. I'm never going to count on it. It's only one quarter. You never know.
And we're back for the second quarter of the Hellcats versus the Putas del Fuego. We've got the Jammers, or the skaters with the stars on their helmets right now. For the Hellcats, it's Molester, and for the Putas, it's
Ooh.
Mighty Mouse.
If you don't recognize Mighty Mouse, she's the one who just got hit in the face.
Yeah, exactly. She's the tiny little girl getting smashed around, but mostly the star in the helmet is how you can tell. She actually used to be a Hellcat, so it looks like some of her old teammates are out to get her. If you've never seen roller derby before, basically the Jammer is the point scorer. They've got the star on their helmet. Right now we're seeing a whole lot of strategy, which is not my favorite non-moving form of roller derby, but you know what? We're going to save that commentary for another time. So we have got Molester for the Hellcats. She is broken out of the pack. She is now your lead jammer. She has got 60 seconds to pass the opposing team members to make points. And as the lead jammer, she has the strategic advantage of being able to call off the jam by putting her hands on her hips. And she will do that probably as soon as she passes one more Puta.
Well, it looks like Molester passed her, and now Molester is the lead jammer. We can switch lead jammers. So
Yes.
Molester's out in front and is her lead jammer. There's lots of confusion on the track.
Yes.
You're probably confused at home, and that's okay, because this is crazy. All right, we've got Hanthrax jamming for the Hellcats in pink, Like a Boss jamming for Las Putas del Fuego in black. And
Whoa! Like a Boss just runs across the top part of the track there. She is your lead jammer. Hanthrax is stuck in the back, and you know what? She has not managed to get out at all, I think. Every time they're getting her jammed. She's a newer skater, so she may just not have her feet under her as well as she needs to.
No, she's normally so.
I thought that
yeah,
she was
she
supposed
comes
to
from
be
the
kind
flat
of a
track world.
badass. Yeah.
She's from the flat track world. She's
Yeah.
really good at roller derby. This shows you how great the Putas defense is
Yeah,
tonight.
it really is absolutely astounding. For the Hellcats to have been an undefeated team, and this is what the Putas are doing to them right now. Oosh! That was a skate to the back right there.
Roxy Revolver goes down hard Like a Boss, kind of runs right into her Like a Boss,
Yeah.
calling that jam off. That is 3 points for Las Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
And we've got Rasta Fury for the Putas del Fuego up against Break and Bake. We've not seen Rasta's jam. She got through so beautifully, and then she just took herself out, got bashed in the head. She pointed at her. I think that was a penalty. Break and Bake is taking total advantage and is your lead jammer.
Oh, roller derby, you're so unexpected and entertaining.
I know. Rosta's trying to get past there. She's going backwards. Naughty Knoxville's got her. Here comes Break and Bake. Break and Bake's just coming up against her Hellcat, so she has 0 resistance. Rasta is going to try for her now. Nope. Rasta's doing a whole bunch of fancy footwork. She must have taken herself out and doesn't want to get an advancement.
Yeah, those penalties are a beast.
Yes, so the Putas are waiting for Break and Bake. They knock her out. Picante, the football player, knocks her with one arm to the ground. Not a surprise. 2 points for the Hellcats, 0 points for the Putas del Fuego.
I've got a major penalty on Glitterotica for a high block.
Oh, Glitter. How long have you been in this league?
Got a reskate of the last jam. Rasta Fury got hit in the face by Glitterotica. So now Rasta gets to jam again and make up for that. She jumps past everybody. And she is your lead jammer this time. Break and Bake is stuck in the back of the pack. She, of course, again is your jammer for the Hellcats. You've got a reskate when you get a major.
Now Rasta's going to get 2 points for the first Hellcat that she passes, and that's for the ghost point of Glitterotica sitting in the penalty box.
They're going so hard, all she needs to do is kick her leg up. Oh my gosh, she is about to get 4 freaking points.
Now, if Rasta Fury can get all the way out and
she
do
calls
it again.
it off.
5
points for the Putas del Fuego. 0 points for the Hellcats.
Very nice, very nice. We had a major penalty on Emerson Biggins of the Hellcats for illegal engagement. And so we are reskating the same lineup minus the offending skater.
I just love how Knockout runs at top speed right to the middle of the pack and just rams into everybody and just keeps running until she gets past somebody.
I mean, technically that might be considered illegal in some circles.
I mean, it is the same thing that she does every time. Oh my gosh, those Putas are totally just terrorizing poor Janet. They're like, no, you can't get past. Red Rover, do not come over.
Terrorizing is fun.
Exactly. And Knockout's just pointing at her. And let's see if she can get past anybody. Call it off. What's happening? And she gets out, calls it off.
3 points for the Hellcats, 3 points for Las Putas del Fuego.
I have a major penalty on Corazon for illegal engagement 20 feet outside the pack.
And we've got a reskate to the last jam, except, well, we had a major penalty, so we don't have a reskate, but we're going up to the next jam. Hanthrax finally showing us what she's got. We've got Like a Boss for the Putas stuck in the back. The Putas are skating down one skater because Corazon had a major in the last time for illegal engagement, which was totally worth it, if you ask my opinion. And Like a Boss stuck in the back. She is going to hold back, try to get Hanthrax.
Hanthrax heard you talking smack.
I know, she totally
way
did.
Up here.
I felt kind of bad after I said it, but you know what? Sometimes you got to use your witchy ways and make the game more exciting.
I know, that's right. Ooh, Like a Boss does not have
Nope.
any interest in letting Hanthrax by her.
Nope, not at all. We got 25 seconds left on the clock. If she just keeps dogging her, she'll eventually let go.
Maybe.
Boss got a pretty big butt.
It's a fine, shapely
Well,
hand.
I mean, you know, a big, strong, I'm not letting you in the way, but. Let me be politically correct with that. Ooh, Hanthrax is coming back around. Those girls better watch it because.
To the rail.
And Boss actually might have gotten a point after all that. 1 point for the Putas del Fuego, 3 points for the Hellcats.
Knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Hanthrax jamming for the Hellcats. And they are off. The pack is less off than the jammers here.
Yes.
Going a little slow here. Oh my goodness. People hitting the ground. Smashy Delirious.
Yeah.
Recovering from getting knocked over.
Yeah, Knockout doing her favorite thing, which is just knocking people out. Actually, just going right through the middle of them. She's screaming. She is not the lead jammer.
The
She
referee's
advanced.
calling it.
Yeah, she advanced. Now she's got it. Knockout's back to your lead jammer again. She has to wait until those blockers pass her. They could have been really jerky about it and just been standing there.
I don't think they realized.
No, I don't think they did either. They would have definitely done it because I'll tell you what, the Hellcats will take absolutely every advantage, as any good derby skater will. Ooh. And Knockout calls it off. 2 points for the Hellcats, 1 point for the Putas del Fuego.
Like a Boss jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Whiskey Smash jamming for the Hellcats.
Boss goes straight through the middle. She's trying to get her Putas to help her, but she's up against Soviet Krusha. Now.
Oh, man. And Glitterotica, who is so brutal.
Seriously. And Smashy Delirious, who's about to get an illegal engagement call, but she let her go, so Boss is your lead jammer. Whiskey Smash is mired up in the back there. Buffy Basher is just absolutely keeping her back. Like a Boss gets past Whiskey Smash. And Soviet Crusher, she's doing it. You know, Boss is just eking him out point
doing
by
the roller
point by
derby.
point. Yeah, totally. Putas holding it slow so that the Hellcats can't get past them, even though they're doing the runaway. See if Boss can score a few more points. And Boss gets a whole second pass. Beautifully done, beautifully done.
It takes a lot of stamina to
really,
get that done.
It really does. 4 seconds left. Everybody's ready for this half to be over. 6 points for the Putas del Fuego and 0 points for the Hellcats.
All right, it is halftime. The score is 39-22. Putas del Fuego are ahead, and I don't think anyone expected that tonight.
No, Like a Boss has scored 22 points herself already, and it looks like there might even be a couple of injuries on the Hellcats, so it's an intense game. It doesn't look that intense, but they're dropping like flies out there.
They are. It's very intense, and we're going to talk to the skaters about it, so stay tuned. I am here with Whiskey Smash, alternate for the Hellcats. You were kind of thrown in there, and you immediately started jamming. Tell me what it's like out there.
It was fantastic. I didn't expect that to happen, but I'm glad I did. I had a blast. Having a blast.
La Muerte here with Knockout, doing what I call the Knockout Special, which is basically run as fast as you can towards the blockers, knock them to the ground, and run past them.
That's my favorite move. I really put my heart into that hit, and yeah, I get real serious.
I love it. I absolutely love it because it's like so consistent and it works for you. You're scoring tons of points.
Yeah, I mean, it's my move. I'm smaller, but it's my way to be effective as a blocker. I'm just like, you know what? She is going down, and even if I fall with her, like, I'm just going to put all my energy into it. And then I usually do fall, but I get back up really fast.
Greta and I started going, she gets knocked down, but she gets up again. I know! Chalk jams for the win.
It was a very somber mood when I walked up to the huddle. What's going on?
We're just talking about how we're going to bring it in the second half. We're a second half team, so we're not exactly where we want to be right now, but we'll get there.
How important is this win to the Hellcats? You're already going to the championship. Do you still want this win?
Oh, absolutely. Win or lose, we go to champs, so that's like a weight off our shoulders, but we do still want to be undefeated this season.
Buffy, you go out for one jam to jam, and it's like, boom.
4 points, I know. I really wish I could go out and jam a little bit more, but we have a lot more veteran skaters who are more used to jamming, so I'm still kind of this season watching them, and maybe next season you'll see me out on the jam line a lot more.
You mean like Boss scoring 22 points already for the
Yeah, we pretty much should just put her out the whole time, but
I know.
I think she's a robot.
She makes it look so easy, it's ridiculous. Well, you made it look easy too, so I just wanted to check in with you on that, so.
It is the second half of Texas Roller Derby, Putas del Fuego versus the Hellcats. A quick recap of the rules. The jammers are the only skaters on the track who can score points, and they're the ones with the stars on their helmets. Janet is jamming for the Hellcats in pink. Like a Boss is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego in black. And my goodness, it is neck and neck, and they are, there's going to be a huge penalty on Janet for that. You cannot do that. We allow a lot of things in roller derby. That is not one of those things.
No, Boss is like, I'm not even going to bother. She's better get penalized for that thing.
0 points for either team in that jam.
I have 2 major penalties on that jam. One on Janet for holding, and the other on Like a Boss for pushing.
And we've got a reskate of the last jam. Both jammers took themselves out. Boss for pushing and Jam Janet for pulling. So, you know, you can't do either of the P things apparently in roller derby, which means that both teams are skating down one player. That makes it equal. Smitey Mouse skating for the Putas del Fuego. Glitterotica for the Hellcats. She is mired in the pack right now, trying to get past Picante, but Picante is ferocious.
So mean.
I know. Smitey Mouse is up against the back of the pack. She has gotten past some of these skaters. Let's see if she goes ahead and calls it off. She can't get past Glitter. Glitter's just going to knock her around a few times.
Got to get your team to help you out in this situation. And there we go.
There we go. I was going to say, why don't you just lay down? Smitey Mouse trying to get past that massive blocker. Naughty Knoxville veteran. Smitey Mouse calls it off. 4 points for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
Anthrax jamming for the Hellcats, and we've got knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. We had a major penalty on the last jam. The Putas del Fuego had an illegal procedure. That goes to the captain. Rasta Fury is in the penalty box. Meanwhile, Anthrax has broken through the pack and is your lead jammer for the Hellcats there. And the pack is running away. There go Las Putas del Fuego.
Yes, they are completely out of their knockout. Finally past that duo of Heathen and Naughty Knoxville, who are just absolutely, and Val Carey. These are 6 foot tall skaters
Literally.
to begin with.
And you put skates on.
Exactly. And then you put another 5 inches of skates on him. So tiny little knockout, who is a badass, by the way. We talked to her and she's like, I'm just going to keep running. She loves it. She gets knocked down and she gets up again.
That's right.
And you know what? She's made it back around. She is trying with all her might to get Anthrax down. This is such a confused pack. People aren't knowing which way to skate. Anthrax calls it off. 2 points for the Putas del Fuego, 5 points for the Hellcats. And we've got Break and Bake back for the Hellcats up against Smitey Mouse for the Putas del Fuego. We actually were under the impression that Break and Bake might have been out for the game, but we're glad to see that she is not.
Yeah.
Smitey Mouse pushing up against Glitterotica. Everybody, she can't get out, but you know what? Break and Bake did get out. She is your lead jammer now for the Hellcats. Putas again are running.
My
running.
goodness.
Soviet Crushing not letting Smitey Mouse get past. We're all spread out all over the place. Smitey tries to get blocked, Break and Bake. She's going to be able to get past her own team, of course. Smitey Mouse gets past the team. Break and Bake calls it off. 2 points for the Hellcats, 0 points for the Putas del Fuego.
Whiskey Smash jamming for the Hellcats, knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. We talked to Whiskey at the half. She's super excited to be out there, putting a point on the board in her first game here.
Yeah, nice. Knockout doing what she does, just throwing herself forward. If she falls, she just grabs back onto somebody and keeps going. Roxy Revolver actually pushes Knockout out of the pack there. Whiskey Smash is mired in the pack. Ooh, she's getting knocked all over the place.
That's rough.
Yeah. And we've got Knockout. She's in point scoring position. She's already passed a couple of Hellcats. The rest of them are running away. The Putas are hopefully going to try to help stop and slow them down. So
Picante almost just took Whiskey Smash out of the track.
Yeah.
That support looks like it needs extra support.
I know. If you ever watched the game before, you would have heard that Picante is also a football player. So she's got some specialized skill sets that not a lot of people do.
Yeah, when she hits you, you land in Waco.
I know. And she doesn't even look like she's moved. Knockout calls it off. 5 points for the Putas del Fuego. 0 points for the Hellcats. Like a Boss for the Putas del Fuego up against Janet for the Hellcats. I don't think we've seen these two skate against each other as jammers.
Not tonight.
No, they've each been skating a ton, but oh my gosh, Roxy Revolver and Soviet Crush are just like, nope, not getting through. We don't care. We don't care if we're going straight to already to the champs.
I can't believe Boss is still on her skates, let alone the lead jammer. That was amazing.
Yeah, she is just so ferocious this year. I just can't get over it.
And there go the Hellcats.
Yep.
Bye, Hellcats.
Yep, run away, run away. And Janet can't even catch up to her own pack right there, but they're going to give her some help. Roxy Revolver with the whip for Janet. Like a Boss in not really point scoring position. She is in finger wagging position. You're number one, and she calls it off. 0 points for either team.
I have a minor penalty on Rasta Fury for an illegal block.
All right, Rasta Fury, thanks so much for giving me a chance to do my job here. I've got Maggie here who's going to help me out with spinning the wheel. Why don't you go ahead and spin the wheel, girl? Rasta, it's time to atone for your sins. We're going to see what you got to do here. And it's a pillow fight!
a minor penalty on Rasta Fury of Putas del Fuego. The pillow fight has not actually started yet, but they're already fighting.
Absolutely.
Wonder if there's some bad blood between the two.
I don't know. Maybe so. When you got liver damage, your blood's already bad. So liver damage. Trying to take Rasta Fury out. Trying to throw her over the rails. And she gets her over the rails. As always, we got some
leaving the track.
I don't know what's happening. Never go with a hippie to a second location, but that girl's taking her everywhere. And we've got a little of everything in this pillow fight.
This is a great pillow fight.
It is actually very good. And this is of course, point loss penalty for the Putas, possibly, but it's also crowd-led.
Now right here, we're going to ask these people who have paid to sit and party with me who wins, all right? And it looks like we have an overwhelming majority of Putas del Fuego!
And the Putas del Fuego take the pillow fight and save a point. Break and bake jamming for the Hellcats, knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego, and that pack is tight.
Corazon and Bitty Bitty Boom Boom not letting Break and Bake get past her. They've knocked her up against the rail a couple of times. Knockout just jumps up front. I'm just waiting for her to skate so fast that when she hits, she flips all the way over, lands on her skates, and keeps going.
Entirely possible.
I think she's going to actually do it.
I think she did it in practice once.
Break the laws of gravity with those legs. Look at her. She gets past everybody. And Break and Bake is out front. And oops, no, Break and Bake is not your lead jammer. She has advanced at some point. So Knockout is your lead jammer. No sort of pack in any way, shape, or form right now. Everyone's trying to pull it back together. Oh, Bitty Bitty Boom Boom just knocked Valkyrie down. I'm not sure what's going on with those blockers, but they're having a little bit of intrigue right now.
It's awesome.
I think they're getting the go to try to keep that pack back together so that Knockout can actually score some points. Glitterotica jumping the apex, as they call it, over all of those skaters. And she's back through an entire lap. Looking fabulous, calls it off. 6 points for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
Hot tamale. Break and bake jamming for the Hellcats, like a boss jamming for Las Putas del Fuego, and we have some serious defense happening right now on the track. Break and bake don't care.
And Boss is out.
Like a boss don't care.
I didn't even see her, and she just broke right out of that.
Like a ninja. Like a boss, like a ninja.
We'll have to make a song for that one. And you know what? I just love Corazon can never stop knocking people down.
She's so good at it.
I know it. And man, she took Valkyrie down hard. Called off the jam. 2 points for Like a Boss, 0 points for the Hellcats.
Knockout jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Anthrax jamming for the Hellcats. And we are coming towards the close of the third quarter. The Hellcats are really going to have to mount a very serious comeback in the fourth quarter if they're going to want to take this game tonight.
I don't think the Hellcats have actually scored any points in this third quarter at all. The Putas are just bringing them up one by one. Knockout, you saw, got knocked out to the inside. She cut in front of the other jammers. The ref told her, nope, you go back if you want to actually be eligible to score points. So now Knockout is your lead jammer. Again, Anthrax is mired back there between Juicy Cooter and Corazon. Corazon, I swear to God, her arms lengthened by 2 feet.
Go-go gadget arm.
It really is like that.
And it looks like the Hellcat pivot has dropped her helmet panty. That's getting picked up by Heathen.
Okay, so let's see if that turns into some sort of legal procedure of some sort. And Knockout calls off the jam after getting knocked to the wall. 4 points for the Hellcats, 4 points for the Putas del Fuego.
What's going to be your focus for this last quarter?
My endurance. I'm going to see if I can in every jam. So I'll see how many I can do in a row.
What do you think you guys are doing that's like so effective tonight?
I think we're just playing our game. Like, we want to be cohesive. We don't want to change based on what they're doing. We're just becoming more efficient at what we're doing, and I think it's working. It's our last bout. We want to go out with a bang. We want to just like stay calm and do what we do best and play our game.
Absolutely. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, Mina.
There's a little bit of a deficit. What are you guys going to do this last quarter?
So we have a really big plan of just sitting on top of everybody and just like wiggling our butts on them. And by wiggling our butts, they're going to be kind of like, and we're going to get all the points.
Welcome to the fourth quarter, Texas Roller Derby, Hellcats versus Las Putas del Fuego. If you're just turning in or have never seen roller derby, you pay attention to the skater with the star on her helmet. That is called the jammer, and she is your point scorer. That is the only team member allowed to score points. Knockout is the one for the Putas del Fuego, who's out in front skating out, but she did not make it because she advanced. She went into the inside of the track to get past those blockers, so she had to pull herself back to prevent herself from getting a penalty. As soon as one of those jammers breaks out of the pack, we call it, gets to the front, they will be eligible to score points against opposing blockers. Oh my goodness, there's so much defense I can barely even explain this part of the game to you because nothing's actually happening. There's defense and offense at the same time on the track. And the
holding
faces
so bad.
being used. You know what? The Hellcats just don't care. They're losing so poorly, and they're going directly to the champs anyways. They don't even have to go through the playoffs. She's trying to call it off, but nobody's actually made it through the pack. So they're basically going to spend 1 whole minute mired in that, hitting each other.
I have 2 major penalties on the Hellcats, Glitterotica for holding and Naughty Knoxville for unsportswomanlike conduct.
Man, that penalty box is getting a lot of use tonight. These girls just cannot help themselves.
And we've got a reskate of the last jam. Knockout again for the Putas del Fuego up against break and bake for the Hellcats. 2 of those Hellcats got taken out. We saw it happen.
Yeah.
Naughty Knoxville for unsportsmanlike conduct and Glitterotica major penalty for holding. Yeah, because we saw them grabbing and holding on Mardi Gras, Knockout, who just kept looking at them like, come on, refs, do something about this.
Hellcats be cheating.
I know. Well, the Hellcats only have 3 players right now. Somehow they're managing to hold off. That's kind of incredible. Although I think Knockout's probably not trying that hard at this point. You know, they're a 30-point game. There's just not a whole lot to be done Hellcat style. Break and bake coming all the way around. Picante and Knockout waiting for her, waiting. Oh, and she calls it off. 2 points for the Hellcats, 0 points for the Putas del Fuego.
I have a minor penalty on Rasta Fury for a high block.
All right, Rasta, this is your second minor penalty of the night, and Kari's going to help me here with spinning the wheel. We're going to see what you got to do. Got a lot of torque on that one. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, it's judges' choice. That means the people in Spank Alley get to choose what we do. Since it's a fourth quarter, we can't do pillow fight. They're saying long jump. The crowd has spoken.
We had a minor penalty on Rasta Fury of Las Putas del Fuego for a high block, and she has been sentenced to the long jump. So she gets a lap to build up speed, and she's got to jump without scratching that white line. To date, she is undefeated.
Ah, good to know.
Yeah.
And you know what? Break and Bake, who just jammed, you don't usually have your jammers doing penalties like this, but if they're good at it, they're good at it.
Yeah, we've seen Break and Bake fly through the pack. She leaps. She's a leaper.
She really is a runner and a leaper. She's got those deer-like reflexes.
Yeah, so let's see how this goes. I'm very excited to see the outcome of this long jump. And this is a point loss penalty for Las Putas, so if Break and Bake can out-jump Rasta Fury. Oh, she scratched.
She scratched. Yep, she scratched.
The Hellcats scratch, so the Putas del Fuego win the challenge.
Putas keep their point.
Eduskater is jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Jam it, Janet. Jamming for the Hellcats.
Eduskater gets right through. That was actually really kind of shocking.
She's really tall and narrow. So
yeah, I think she actually just slipped between people's fingers. It was like dimensional molecular or something. And she is your lead jammer, Janet Jackson. Oh my God, Janet Janet's right up behind her. Smashy Delirious almost just went over the track. Things are getting super wild at this point. Calls off the jam. 4 points for the Hellcats, 1 point for Las Putas del Fuego. And we've got Like a Boss skating again for the Putas del Fuego up against Hanthrax for the Hellcats. Like a Boss just gets past everyone as though they don't even see her.
Corazon is so good at roller derby.
Yeah,
Holy
she
smokes.
really is.
She is just destroying the Hellcat jammer Hanthrax.
I know, absolutely. Like a boss. Oh, just shoots right past Glitterotica. Glitter does not like that. Glitter mad. Oh my God, Glitter is totally chasing her.
The athleticism required to skate like that is just astounding.
Glitter just forgot that she's not the jammer. And Like a Boss calls it off, but you know what? If these two get in a fight right now, they'll probably both be ejected. 5 points for the Putas del Fuego, 0 points for the Hellcats.
I have a major penalty on Corazon for a forearm.
Corazon, you know better than that.
Knockout for the Putas del Fuego up against Whiskey Smash for the Hellcats. And we've got Whiskey Smash moving her way forward. Oh, it looks like she was getting out there, but she did not actually.
Knockout's trying to make it around on the high side,
Absolutely.
and she gets out. Knockout is her lead jammer there.
Man, Corazon's back with that forearm again, just knocking Whiskey Smash all over the top. She just hits Emerson Biggins for the good.
Just for fun.
Exactly, for the good measure. Whiskey Smash still back behind there. Her own blockers are not really helping her very much. Knockout is coming back again. Good gracious, she is scoring like crazy. And the Putas are like, keep making points. We want to win by 1,000.
And why not?
Exactly.
It's important to dream.
I know. Knockout coming up against Liver Damage and Smashy Delirious. She does a whole nother pass, calls it off. 3 points for the Putas del Fuego, 3 points for the Hellcats. And we've got Like a Boss skating in for the Putas del Fuego up against Handthrax for the Hellcats.
Oh!
Everybody just took themselves out.
Bowling for Derby.
I know. Like a Boss is your lead jammer. And we're towards the end here. We see some of the alternates coming in for the Putas. We've got Brew Nitro out there, I see. Any Hellcat alternates out there? Of course, there's been a couple of Like a Boss and Glitterotica finally getting this out of their system. They are pissed.
That's intense.
Yeah, Boss is not happy about this. She's got Glitterotica down on the floor. I have a feeling there might be some ejections from this. We got Eduskator for the Putas del Fuego up against Whiskey Smash for the Hellcats, who jumps and runs her way right out of there. Eduskator hanging out in the back with Glitterotica, who looks no worse for wear for getting punched in the stomach 8 times.
Yeah, she did all right.
Yeah, she's just like, whatever. I do that for lunch every day. And Whiskey Smash getting past her own teammates.
Putas are running fast.
Yes, they are. Eduskator getting up to her own teammates here. Corazon trying to give her a whip, and we've got Valkyrie giving Whiskey Smash a whip. Whiskey gets past a couple of Putas and
Eduskator running
off.
right past this Hellcats.
Wow, 3 points for the Putas, 1 point for the Hellcats.
I have major penalties on Valkyrie and Glitterotica for illegal engagement 20 feet outside the pack. That will be Glitter's third major.
Bye-bye, Glitter.
And we've got a reskate on the last gym. We saw Glitter be ejected. Valkyrie is sitting out for the Hellcats with a major, so they are down. The Hellcats are down 2 players. Doesn't really seem to matter. Eduskator for the Putas del Fuego jammer. She's out and she's up front. Whiskey Smash taken to the inside by the Putas. But Whiskey's still trying.
I love the
is
heart
dogging
on her.
I know. She never looks stressed at all. She just keeps going. Eduskator's getting some really good points this time. They've pulled her out at the end of the game here, but you know, she's proven to be a really solid player.
Definitely.
And she's multi-dimensional. We saw her slip through fingers. Impressive. And Whiskey Smash too. Oh, takes a really hard hit. Keeps going. Eduskator calls it off. 7 points for the Putas del Fuego. 3 points for the Hellcats.
We have Heathen jamming for the Hellcats. Ramona de Flowers jamming for Las Putas del Fuego. Heathen making her way to the front of the pack real fast. Man, she just blows past everybody. Heathen is the lead jammer.
I know. Ramona is having to push all of those Hellcats because they are just holding themselves in a big old pack. Oh my gosh, Ramona twice her leg slips off the track. She almost can't get back
scary.
up. Heathen is cannonballing it through everybody.
No doubt. Ramona's trademark is falling off the track.
Oh my God. Well, know what? She's proving herself to be true to her trademark. Good branding. Excellent
Good branding. Yes, the Putas ran away, so they weren't there to help her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What happened.
Heathen just skated past everybody. She's about to score probably 10 points if the Putas don't look out.
Yeah, it's going to be a big jam for Heathen and the Hellcats.
Absolutely. That's exciting, though, for a skater that doesn't usually jam to get a 10-point jam or something. I mean, really, seriously.
Yeah. And it's good morale for the Hellcats.
Bitty Bitty Boom Boom tried to take Heathen out, knocked herself to the ground. 0 points for the Putas, 7 points for the Hellcats. And that is the end of the game. So stay tuned for after-show interviews.
You had a first half, look a little rough. What happened? You were out for a while.
It was just great, strong walls from the Putas. I mean, you expect the Putas to always have strong walls. They had a great game, you know, and it just wasn't our night. So I got hit really hard by Pika, and she's a great competitor. I'm not sure if this is her last game, but she went all for it, man. It was awesome.
Well, you know what? You guys completely smashed it out. It was almost like you got nothing to lose. Let's just do it.
Yeah. Our season's done since we lost to the Bombs and the Holy Rollers. This was our last game, and we knew it. And sure as I said, I'm going to be limping off this track by the end of the game. And then my ligament in my hip just gave out, and my hip isn't really holding my leg in anymore. So
I'll be carrying her to her car in just a moment.
Piggyback ride.
Yay, I love piggyback rides.
Yes. Tonight, we saw a lot of fighting from the Hellcats, but not an undefeated season. How do y'all feel about that? And does it alter your mood going into the championship?
You know, it's like our coach Neil said. He said, you know, we got the win out of the way, or the loss out of the way. So, you know, we're going into championships. We're going in strong. We're going in ready. Tonight, when you're going into this thing undefeated, you got targets on your back. Yeah. Like, they had something to prove. We knew it was going to be tough. They wanted it, and, you know, unfortunately, they got it.
Hi. Tell me with your all-seeing eye, what did you see happening with this game before and after?
Well, obviously I saw us murder, killing, maiming, just all destruction, which is why I was really excited to bring my witch powers. I'm really just going to take credit for the whole game. Like, I will win! La bruja del fuego.
So, speaking of kitty cats, Hellcats fought hard tonight, but it does fall into the loss column. But you have a championship game coming up. Tell me, you're the man with the plan. Tell me what's going to happen.
We're going to regroup. Hey, first and foremost, awesome job to the Putas del Fuego.
Obviously, a few things may need to be tweaked. What do you see as the biggest things that you want to work on in the few weeks coming up into the championship?
Well, I can't tell you because then the rest of the world would hear what the plan is, and then they would be able to strategize from that.
That's true, because there is a playoff game between now and then, and we don't want to give away all of your secrets.
Well, anything we should look forward to next season?
Oh, man. We're going to take that championship back. We're coming back. Absolutely.
Awesome. Very good. Bosh, you had a great season. No matter what the score said, as always, you're a winner in my eyes.
All I do is win.
With a score of 87-56, Las Putas del Fuego have pulled out the surprise win and ended the Hellcats' winning streak.
Yeah, seriously. The Hellcats are still going straight to the championships, where they're going to face either the Holy Rollers or the Cherry Bombs. We'll find that out, obviously, at the playoffs next time. But you know what? That had to hurt just a little bit.
It did, but we had a really good time, and we hope you did too. So thanks for joining us here on KCWA.
Let's do the